Hello everyone, Phoenix61 here with your Legends shenanigans for the day. We are in Kronshtadt. This is the Soviet-Russian Tier 8 premium cruiser here. I really like this ship, I don't play it a lot, I don't have the best games with it. We have a good game here though. So it's like, alright, let's finally get a good game out there and showcase Kronshtadt for a game here. But yeah, we've kind of got this built out similar to how we have our Stalingrad, which I kind of feel the same way, right? I feel like it's like such a great chip, and then I just like my opportunistic games are just not there for it sometimes. But really long range radar, right? You get the 3 heals, the four fighters, which are kind of meh. I suppose I could probably try Arthas on here since I've got him now, but as a inspiration, but I don't know. But so I'm gonna go out wide here. We've got a destroyer ally coming out wide on this side as well, and then there is an enemy destroyer pushing up through the middle. Of course, this is capture the base, and then look at the mini map. We can see a fighter out there, right about where we're looking. So I was just kind of keeping my eyes peeled there in case somebody shows up, like a cruiser or somebody unsuspecting, as they get spotted. Hopefully by our destroyer, but he's not quite around the corner yet. But yeah, trying to keep my distance at least for these few opening moments here. See if we can get into a decent position as ships get spotted on our flank.
Attention, reporting a target position.
And there we go. We see is this Drake just kind of firing at whoever? It's a bold move. Drake is a ship to needs some love, man. It's it's been I did some videos on that ship recently, and it's a challenging ship to play these days. And yeah, as you can see, we did whop, 15 grand versus him right off the bat there. They did, it's British ship, right? You get the nice heals, but man, you can take hits. It does not go well when you get hit, right? So, and if he's going to give us the opportunity, we are going to take it. Looked like he was kind of focused on the other players on my team here. Yeah, I took that shot like right as he went undetected, and so I didn't get the dispersion that I would have liked to have had. We still got hits though. We'll aim high since he's gonna. It looks like he's gonna try and turn away here, and then I'll just keep pushing out on the flank especially since we've got, if you look at the mini map, right, we've got our battleship, our allied battleship and allied destroyer here, kind of pushing up through the middle. So we'll see if we can kind of create some crossfires and some advantages here. Picardy headed this way. We got that shot off without getting spotted. That was nice. So we'll want to keep our distance from him. He's probably got a secondary build. We'll see if we can get rid of this Drake here. We'll pick on him if he's available to be picked on, right? Yep, 2 more Citadel hits there. Good chunky damage. If we can get these guns off the board, that'll make a big difference for our flank on this side. Man, sometimes those last few hit points are the hardest ones to get gone. Alright, we got a really good, I'd love to keep shooting the Drake, but it's going to go behind this island here, and then this Picardy is just giving us such good angle, so I'm going to shoot, we're going to shoot at him. So we managed to kind of cheese the kill there, get the last few hit points on him, and then now we're going to move around this island. We'll have another shot at the Drake since he's still spotted. If he's not dead before we're loaded here, there he goes, Shornhurst got him. So now we can push up hard towards their base for the time being. We'll see what else shows up over here. Well, yeah, this is kind of the challenge of going, the issue with going out wide like that. Once you kind of clean up out there, you're kind of taking yourself out of play for a couple minutes. And with games only being 15 minutes, right, that's significant. So we're gonna make a beeline for their base and get ourselves back in the fight, especially since we got full health still here. We can take some hits if we need to. Our battleship is up there a little bit too far, right? That's Shornhurst. on our team, so he's going to get picked on. He probably won't last long. Ooh, Iowa does shoot at us, though, even though that Scharnhorst is kind of broadside and low on health. It's interesting. Take our shot at the broadside carrier. And Iowa's going to give us some angle here, too. This is what I'm talking about. You need the opportunities. All we get on the carrier is an overpen, though, like, and a busted shell. So, but we get Citadel on the Iowa. And we'll wait for that little island symbol to go away before we fire here so we don't hit the land. Hopefully that finishes him, and yes it does. 4 penetrations there. Our Scharnhorst appreciated that, but we couldn't finish off the carrier. He got the carrier. We'll just push up into the base. We're going to have most likely this cruiser and destroyer on their team, and then this game isn't won yet, right? They're pushing up into our base. Their last battleship's going to start capping here. So those 2 battleships and carrier, hopefully they can deal with, right, 3-on-1. They can deal with him, but we're going to have to figure out what to do about this. Should be a destroyer and cruiser out in front of us that would make sense that they would turn and try and defend the base here, but we'll see what happens. Our locator is still showing us that battleship that's in our base is the closest ship. Okay, now it's switched here. And then we can also kind of keep an eye out for the base, you know, going contested too. That kind of give us some information on how close these guys are. All right, Schoenberg gets spotted. Be able to shoot him. He's also almost within radar range for us here too. We'll switch to HE since it's a destroyer, right? And then our whoever this is, this split triggers his radar. So we'll actually wait until his radar is done. We'll try and time this and use our radar once his is up. If he's not dead by that time, right? Those front guns, if they were able to get through. So if we don't get the hit, right, if we don't get the kill, I'm waiting for the shells to land, right? So this way, you know, like I'm waiting till we're loaded too, right, before we trigger radar, so that way we're ready to shoot before we trip it. But hopefully we can finish him off. Now we're loaded, radar goes, and we'll take our shots here. Right, so you're only going to get about 2 salvos here with this ship. So being able to aim better than me would be nice, right? Yep, there goes our radar is done. But he fired his guns a little bit as he ran away, so he still got picked up by something here. Oh, our battleships that are coming around the outside probably can spot him now that he's firing his guns here. See if we can get the kill. Nope. We'll switch to AP for the cruiser here. We'll use a heal. And we can be aggressive with him if we want. Should be able to win this game now at this point, right? Turn in, that makes it harder for him to hit us here. Kind of dodge some shells. He's going to turn out for making it harder for us to hit him. I'll hold on to the fire for a little bit here, see if he trips another fire on us or not, and then we'll use damage gun if we need it. Got plenty of health to play with here, so it's not a big deal. Probably could use HE on him. High explosive shells, just because of the way he's kind of kiting away. But we should have him here. Let's see. Boosh, there he goes. So 3 kills for us, 3 assists, 4 citadels, a little bit over 100k in damage. We'll see what the leaderboard looks like. I think we ended up on top for this one. And then, yeah, I am using the free-to-play Commander Nikolai for this build right now. Yeah, 2200 XP puts us at the top there. Scharnhorst on our team. Got a close second there, and 200 grand in credits, so we'll take that action. I'll go through the commander build on this one. Yeah, I'm using this is kind of what you would expect for kind of a sniper, ranged cruiser, right? Aiming system, propulsion mod, and slot 2 concealment for slot 3. And then I've got dispersion and range for slot 4. And then Nikolai here, right, main battery range. And then we did just recently get Ridgerwald from the Warhammer collaboration for, and then we're using Yamamoto for AP pen multiplier. But yeah, he's got better reload and more AP shell damage for Ridgerwald, right? And then I'm using Beyond Range as well, so that between his base trait and Beyond Range there, right, we're getting pretty epic range on the ship. You could go, you could pick any perk here, right? But it is nice to pick the extended sonar and radar, right? Like, gives you a little bit more time with those. And then I'm using fully packed, right? Because you get the radars with this, the heals, and the planes, right? So you get an extra one. But you could absolutely use refill station. I think that'd be a good call as well. That is going to be our Kronshtadt game for the day, guys. Like I said, I don't play this ship too much. I wanted to had a decent game, so I wanted to put one out there. You're not watching all Takahashi and Janan games from me for the week, right? But thanks for watching, and appreciate all of you guys that are members of the channel and subscribers as well. You make this fun for me, so I appreciate you guys hanging out, commenting, and chatting with me on live stream. Makes it so I have a good time. So, if you're not following the channel, I try to do a Legends video every day, right? Just about. We get at least several out every week for sure. So make sure you follow, and we'll see you guys next time.